The afternoon sun, filtering through the kitchen window, glinted off the face of her new watch. It was a Cartier Ballon Bleu, a delicate piece of rose gold and diamonds, utterly out of character for Stella, my wife of 10 years. We were a two-teacher household, comfortable but not Cartier comfortable. My gaze lingered on the timepiece, a growing knot tightening in my stomach. She'd been distant lately, her phone glued to her hand, quick to anger, her smile strained. The pieces were clicking into place, a horrible, sickening puzzle. As she hummed a jaunty tune, oblivious to the turmoil brewing within me, I leaned in and whispered, "He bought that, didn't he?" The blood drained from her face. The humming stopped abruptly. Her eyes, wide with panic, darted to the watch, then back to me. She gasped, a small, strangled sound. What are you talking about?" she stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. I didn't need a confession. Her reaction was all the confirmation I needed. My stomach churned with a mixture of anger, betrayal, and a strange, cold calmness. This calmness, this detachment, frightened me more than the rage. "Don't insult my intelligence, Stella," I said, my voice chillingly even. "Who is he?" She remained silent, her fingers fiddling with the clasp of the watch, a nervous tick I'd never noticed before. The silence stretched, each tick of that damn watch echoing the ticking time bomb our marriage had become. Finally, her voice barely audible, she mumbled a name. Owen Ashton, a name I vaguely recognized. He was a parent at the school where Stella taught, a successful businessman, always impeccably dressed, with a charming smile that now seemed predatory. The rage I'd suppressed erupted. I saw red. My hands clenched into fists. I wanted to lash out, to break something, to inflict the pain I felt, but the strange calm held me back. There would be time for that. First, I needed information. I needed details. I needed to dismantle their carefully constructed facade, piece by agonizing piece. Over the next few days, I moved through life in a daze, my mind working overtime. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop named Frank. He delivered, providing photographic evidence of the clandestine meetings, their stolen kisses, their whispered promises. Each photo was a dagger twisting in my gut. The world I knew, the life I had built with Stella, was crumbling around me. I waited for the right moment, the moment when the blow would land with maximum impact. That moment came a week later, during the school's annual fundraising gala. I dressed meticulously, a dark suit, a crisp white shirt, my best shoes polished to a gleam. I looked like the man I used to be, the man I thought I was. The gala was held in the school's grand hall, a cavernous space filled with chattering parents and teachers. I spotted Stella across the room, radiant in a red dress, the Cartier watch gleaming on her wrist. Owen was beside her, his arm possessively around her waist. They were laughing, oblivious to the storm brewing. I approached them, my heart pounding against my ribs. Stella saw me and her smile faltered, replaced by a look of pure terror. Owen, noticing the change in her demeanor, turned to face me. "Hello, David," he said, his voice dripping with false cordiality. "Fancy seeing you here." "Indeed," I replied, my voice steady. "I wouldn't miss this for the world." I turned to Stella, my gaze fixed on the watch. "That's a beautiful watch, Stella," I said, my voice loud enough for the surrounding tables to hear. "A gift, I presume." She opened her mouth to speak, but no sound came out. "From Owen, perhaps," I continued, my voice laced with ice. "A token of his affection." The blood drained from Owen's face. He stammered, trying to deny it, but the words caught in his throat. The whispers started. Heads turned. The music seemed to fade as all eyes focused on our little tableau. I pulled out a thick envelope from my jacket pocket and tossed it onto the table. "These are for you, Owen," I said. "Pictures of you and my wife. I thought your wife might appreciate them." Owen's face crumpled. He knew his world was about to implode. I turned to Stella, my voice low and dangerous. "And these," I said, pulling out another envelope, "are for the school board. I'm sure they'll be interested in the extracurricular activities of one of their teachers." Stella's eyes were wide with horror. Her carefully constructed life, her affair, her secret, was exposed for all to see. The whispers grew louder. The room buzzed with speculation. I didn't stay to watch the fallout. I turned and walked away, leaving the wreckage of their lies behind me. The anger was gone, replaced by a hollow emptiness. My heart ached, but I knew I had done what I needed to do. I had exposed the truth, and in doing so, I had freed myself. The divorce was messy, protracted, and painful, but in the end, I walked away with my head held high. I lost a wife, but I gained something more valuable, my self-respect. I rebuilt my life, brick by painful brick. It wasn't easy, but I found solace in the truth, in the knowledge that I hadn't let the betrayal define me. The Cartier watch, a symbol of deceit and broken promises, became a distant memory, a reminder of a life I had left behind, a life that had ultimately led me to a stronger, truer version of myself.